Those who don't follow professional wrestling may not appreciate just how tough and grueling it is. It isn't enough to be on the road 200 plus days a year, getting dropped on your head or your back every night, dealing with injuries, losing your spot on the roster, and worse. If you've seen films like The Iron Claw, The Wrestler, or the old Beyond the Mat documentary, you know that professional wrestling is a grind like no other. But the other aspect that goes underappreciated is how much wrestling relies on acting. If you have any hope of making it big, it isn't enough to be able to do a tope, suicida, or Texas Cloverleaf on the way to a 5-star mat classic. You have to be able to act your role, day in and day out. Often, you have to act live in front of an audience of thousands with absolutely no safety net. Not everyone can do it, but those who can have often parlayed that skill into a career in Hollywood. In fact, professional wrestling might be one of the top stepping stones to an acting career right now. There are so many professional wrestlers in Hollywood right now that you might not even know when you see them. Everybody knows John Cena, Dave Batista, and The Rock, who are most definitely on this list of the 10 best wrestlers turned actors ever. But which one can call themselves the undisputed champion? And is there a dark horse contending for the title? Let the battle royal begin. Number 10, Nathan Jones. Okay, so Nathan Jones might not have had the best wrestling career ever. The Aussie powerlifter had a stint in the WWE, but overall he wrestled for somewhere less than a decade. His big highlight might have been teaming up with Brock Lesnar and another wrestler actor, Big Show Paul White, in the 2003 Survivor Series. But Jones is someone you have definitely seen on the big screen. He's unmissable in his first major role, getting defeated in a single stroke by Brad Pitt's Achilles at the start of 2004's Troy. He would go on to have roles battling Tony Jaa in 2005 classic The Protector. He battled Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2007's awesome The Condemned as well, and Jason Momoa in 2011's Conan the Barbarian. But you probably recognize Jones best from his role as Rictus Erectus, brother to Immortan Joe in Mad Max Fury Road. It's a role he was so good at, Jones is coming back for the prequel, Furiosa. Number 9, Hulk Hogan. I tried so hard to keep Hulk Hogan off this list, but there's just no denying the impact the old, controversial Terry Bollea had as an actor. In the 80s, when he was stealing the show as Thunderlips in Rocky III, delivering a bone-crunching backbreaker that would make Bane jealous, he transcended the sport of professional wrestling. He brought wrestling into the mainstream and out of its self-imposed isolation. The Hulkster would go on to body slam his way through a bunch of awful films, including No Holds Barred, which I recounted quite lovingly as part of JoBlo's Real Action, Santa with Muscles, Suburban Commando, and worse, like his atrocious Thunder in Paradise series that makes some of his worst matches look like works of art.
God, you hurt me, bro!
Number 8, Adam Copeland. The rated R superstar, Adam Edge Copeland, is currently burning up the ring in All Elite Wrestling after a Hall of Fame-worthy WWE career. But during a lot of his time in the ring, Copeland has been very busy as an actor in multiple roles on the big and small screen. A legit talented actor, his big break came when he played Lachlan in 2011's Highlander Endgame. The less said, the better about his 2002 buddy comedy with Jamie Kennedy, Bending the Rules, or 2021's air hijacking flick Money Plane. There's good stuff, I promise, but mostly on the small screen, where Copeland was a solid regular on the long-running series Haven, and he killed it as Atom Smasher on The Flash. But Copeland's best performance by far was as Flatnose on the series Vikings for multiple seasons. He's due to play Ares in Disney's Percy Jackson series 2, keeping the good fight alive. Number 7, Andre the Giant. How great must you be to be considered among the best for your one and only movie role? It speaks to the perfect casting when Andre the Giant played the lovable mercenary Fezzik in The Princess Bride. The eighth wonder of the world was truly that, a giant of a man who was soft-spoken and warm-hearted, traits he brought to that role beautifully. You literally couldn't imagine anyone else playing it other than Andre, and it's a shame we never got to see more of him as an actor. Number 6, Kevin Nash. Big Daddy Cool, Kevin Nash kinda sneaks up on you. Not like he ever could really do that with his 6'10" frame, but his filmography takes you by surprise. The New World Order leader, alongside fellow listmate Hulk Hogan, has an impressive list of credits, including one you might not even know. That was Nash behind the Super Shredder mask in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, hiding that pretty bearded face. Nash's big break was in 2004 when he played a Russian giant battering Thomas Jane in The Punisher. Always a gifted funny man on the mic, it gave Nash the chance to show his physical and comedic chops, skills he would display later in the Magic Mike films, as well as the first John Wick, as one of the rare baddies who actually lived through it, and as wrestler Bass Reeves in the DOA video game adaptation. Number 5, Roddy Piper. This list is probably going to cause some folks to want to hurl me through a glass window, but I don't care. The next two on this list could probably be swapped, but I'm going with Roddy Piper at number 5. Piper is one of the all-time great wrestling talkers. You can see that gift put to its best use in his iconic role as John Nada in John Carpenter's They Live. Who else can make a line like, "I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Work other than the hot rod." Number 4, Jesse Ventura.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
I ain't got time to bleed.
Huh. Okay. Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
Yeah, that's right. Number 4 is Jesse the Body Ventura. The ex-Minnesota governor, author, and former WWE Hall of Famer hasn't acted in ages, but his filmography speaks for itself. He channeled a friendship with fellow bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger into memorable roles in Predator as the Gatling gun-wielding Blaine Cooper and as Captain Freedom in The Running Man. And while some would rather I not mention his lead role in 1991's Abraxas, Guardian of the Universe, I won't do that because that movie's a super duper guilty pleasure. With roles in Ricochet, Repossessed, and the classic Demolition Man, Ventura is more than worthy of being so high on the list. Number 3, John Cena. John Cena has come such a long way from where he started. From his first major role in WWE's The Marine to his first dramatic role in Legendary, which I interviewed him for, my first interview ever, to leading global blockbusters and the hit Peacemaker series, Cena has put his hustle, loyalty, respect credo to the test. His charisma and likability were undeniable, but he had to work at being a better actor, so that's what he did. So what if he still only has his 5 moves of doom after 2 decades of wrestling? Cena had a whopping 6 movies in 2023 alone, including Barbie, Fast X, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Hidden Strike alongside Jackie Chan. Number 2, Dave Batista. Undeniably the best dramatic actor who ever performed a spinebuster and played a muscle-bound deacon. Dave Batista had the fastest rise to Hollywood prominence that I've ever seen. With roles in The Scorpion King 3, somehow he never battled The Rock in that franchise, The Man with the Iron Fists, and Riddick, it was his role as Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy films that made Batista a star. But it's his dramatic work in Blade Runner 2049, Hotel Artemis, and more that cemented him as a legit actor, while hit films such as Dune and Glass Onion proved that Batista can pretty much do anything he sets his mind to. Number 1, Dwayne Johnson. The Rock's acting career mirrors that of his WWE run. In both cases, what started out as pretty cringy and unwatchable blossomed into greatness. Dwayne Johnson is one of the biggest stars in the world, with multiple hit films to his credit such as Fast 5, San Andreas, Rampage, Jungle Cruise, and well, maybe not that last one. His voice alone is enough to put butts in seats, as it did with Disney's Moana. Johnson's carefully crafted persona has rubbed some people the wrong way, but he's so charming, funny, and charismatic that we'll pay to see him in pretty much anything. And if he goes through with a teased run for president, I mean, who's to say he won't put the smackdown on the White House too?